Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. We're about to start our Shabbat service. Shabbat Shalom. Anybody here from the Aransky family? Who's here to celebrate Spencer's bar mitzvah? Okay, perfect. Come on down close because we're going to get you accustomed to what this is going to sound like for tomorrow also, when Spencer rocks
welcome,
out.
Welcome. For those of you who don't know who I am Shula Kalir Merton, and I'm the cantor emerita of our temple. And I'm here today, honored, delighted, thrilled to, together with you, usher in the Shabbat Queen. And want to tell you that the reason I'm here is that Rabbi Rosner and his wife are both under the weather. They have been attacked by COVID. So we are here, and we are immediately and automatically sending them heartfelt wishes for refuah shlema, a complete and perfect healing. And I always like to add to it the word umehira, and quick, so that we don't have to schlep it along. Well, it is absolutely wonderful to see you here, and to see those of you who are on the other side of the stream, to welcome Shabbat. And as I so often say when we come to this moment, is this, to welcome Shabbat on a Friday night in a synagogue really well. It has two parts. One part is to show up, whether you're here or showing up for it at home, but to be in the vibe of it. And the other is to shed the everyday skin that we wear all week. Let the negatives or the annoyances or just the things that hover over us constantly, just be able to set them aside for the hour. We're here an hour, maybe a little more. For this hour, doesn't mean stop thinking. Thinking is good, but positive, lovely, good. And there's a lot of that going around, even though our world is full of elephants in the room. The big elephants, the universal elephants, terrible wars going on, unavoidable to not know about that. The smaller elephants are our personal elephants in our own rooms, in our own life, the big things that mess us up and that hang over us and that annoy us and all that. For this hour, put them in a box and just close the box for now and think wonderful things, because Shabbat invites us to do that. I'm, for example, thinking, aside from the fact that we're bringing in something divine, whatever we perceive to be God, and there are so many different perceptions of it, none are wrong, none. All are right. But in addition to all that, I'm thinking, for example, that in just a couple of days, there is an extraordinary Jewish value that is going to be celebrated and recognized by the entire nation. And that is freedom. MLK Day is coming on Monday. I allow myself and invite myself to think about that today, along with bringing in Shabbat, because freedom. Who wrote most beautifully about freedom? We did when we got out of Egypt. We did. And so, yes, that belongs to all of us. So let us now set aside anything that is not shiny, joyous, positive, and totally burdenless as we welcome Shabbat together. One of the best ways to do that, at least I think, is with music. Because I believe actually the divine lives in music. That's my thing. I used to, as you know, be the cantor, and so that was it. I needed nothing but music to bring me there. You don't have to be a cantor. Sing along or not sing along, but listen and soak it in. Music is the best way to shut out the stuff you don't want at the moment. And so, here we are. Let's welcome with music, as you'll hear, Hine Matov and Sabbath prayer. One is in Hebrew, one is in English. You don't always have to understand all the words, because music is the loveliness of melody.
This song is called Hine Matov, and it talks about how good it is for us to be together. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is to be together, together as one in love, joy, and laughter. How good it is to be in this moment together. Kulanu biyachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. If you know it, sing it with me. Come on, Hine Matov. Hine Matov. Pretty. Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is to be together. How good it is to be together, together as one in love, joy, and laughter. How good it is to be in this moment together. Kulanu biyachad. May the Lord protect and defend you. May God always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen us, O Lord, and keep us from the stranger's ways. protect and defend you. May God always serve you from pain. Favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer.
It's very hard to not remember the lovely scene in Fiddler where that lovely song took place. And it was, believe it or not, when they were around the Shabbat table. They were blessing the candles. And with that in mind, I am, in fact, right now, going to call on the Oransky family to do exactly the same thing. Come up here and help us with the candle blessing, because this lovely, strapping young man, Spencer Oransky, is about to become bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. He will come up to the Torah and join our Jewish community as a man. And so please honor us with the candle blessing right now. Please rise, people.
Go ahead. Oh. You don't have a clicky one? Oh, right. I'll do it for you.
This is the suspense part of the service.
Oh. Okay, so this is what happens when your lighter breaks. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's all right. This is going to be our third time, which is the charm. Or fourth. Okay.
This is some extra excitement for you, so you shouldn't think it was somehow
So those of you
tedious.
who are here for the first time. Oh, it's the fans. All right. Okay. So those of you who are here for the first time or haven't been here for a while, as we light the Shabbat candles, we are going to wave our hands in 3 times, and then we cover our eyes so that the last thing that we see before Shabbat starts is the light. And then we're going to sing the blessing. 1, 2, and 3. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Okay, please be seated.
Thank you so much. One of the themes of Shabbat is to refer to Shabbat in some glorious terms such as Shabbat HaMalka, which is Shabbat the Queen. And sometimes Shabbat is a kala, namely a bride. And so to indicate that romance feel, we have one of the more beautiful poems that comes from city of Safed during the many, many centuries ago, called Lecha Dodi, in which God and the people of Israel are shown us as bride and groom. So I invite you to go to page 18, Lecha Dodi.
Yalla la 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 lecha Shabbat nikavela. Yalalalai lekadodi. Yalalalai lekakala. Yalalalai panei Shabbat. Panei Shabbat nikavela. The first verse starts with Shemor v'Zachor. Shemor v'Zachor. B'dibur echad. Hishmianu elam yuchad. Adonai echad. U'shmo echad. L'shemo tiferet v'litilah. Here we go. Yalalai, yalalai, lekadodi. Yalalalai, lekakala. Yalalalai, panei Shabbat. Panei Shabbat nikavela. Yalalalai, lekadodi. Yalalalai, lekakala. Yalalalai, panei Shabbat. Panei Shabbat nikavela. Verse 2 is Likrat Shabbat. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcham, ki mekor haberacha, mirosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Verse 5, Hitoreri. Hitoreri, Hitoreri, Kiva orech, Kumiori, Uri, Uri, Shir Daberi, Kevod Adonai. Allah yaknigala. Here we go. Yalalai, yalalai lekadodi. Yalalai lekakala. Yalalai panei Shabbat. Panei Shabbat nikavela. Yalalai lekadodi. Yalalai lekakala. Yalalai panei Shabbat. Shabbat nikavela. And now we're going to rise and face the door. And we are going to welcome the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha uvsola. Tochemunei am segula, boi kala, boi kala. Last time, come on now, yalalalai lekadodi, clap. Yalalalai lekakala, yalalalai panei Shabbat. Panei Shabbat nikavela. Yalalai lekadodi. Come on. There you go. La 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 lekakala. Yalalai panei Shabbat. Panei Shabbat nikavela. This is called Ruach. Anybody? Yes. Ruach means spirit, so that means yes, this guy gets it. Clap. Woo! Actually, we don't clap in shul, but we felt like it. Good job. Okay. We do this.
Have a seat.
Ellen is going to sing us some Chatzi Kaddish on page 22.
Sure.
Oops, so short. Yitkada v'yitkadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
V'alma divrei chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, uv'izman kariv. V'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach, le'alam u'almei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yithala, v'yithalal, shemei kudusha, brichu, Le'ela min kol perchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma, v'imaru, amen.
Toda rabba. Very nice. You know, the service, there's a certain logic the way it's set up. I always view it as a kind of a crescendo, not a crescendo of sound and loudness, but a crescendo of importance of message and experience. What we're going to get to now is the Barchu. The Barchu is the call to prayer. That's where the real service begins. What we've done up to now is actually what we would call the warm-up section. And there really is actually more to it. There are actual psalms literally designated to warm us up, warm up our soul, warm up our body, warm up our thinking about Shabbat and about God and about all this. So this was the warm-up. The Barchu is the call to prayer. You know, bless God, we stand up, yay. It's like a verbal shofar blast. You know, in ancient days, you were called to gather by a shofar blast. That's then, of course, followed by how did we even get to know God for the first time? God the Creator. So the Barchu will be immediately followed by God of creation. That is the logical flow from call to prayer about God. Well, then we talk about God the Creator. Now, what is one of the great, great, great messages that we have gotten to and from God? Love. Ahavat olam. Eternal love between God and God's people. That is next. And so from just a call to prayer, we suddenly go to love, which is one of the great messages. That follows with the ultimate message, the one. The one, if you wanted to distill all of Judaism into a single line, and within that line into a single word, it would be the Shema, and the word would be Echad. That's it. If anybody asked you, that's what it would be. And so that's what we're going to go to now. That will be the order. I invite us to kind of dive in with it.
We're going to stand for the Baruchu. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Borechu et Adonai Hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv aravim b'chokhma poteach she'arim. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun, you unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv aravim b'chokhma poteach she'arim. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadita Al kein Adonai Eloheinu B'shochveinu u'v'tkumeinu Nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu v'yorech yameinu v'yorech yameinu u'vahem negei yomam v'layla yomam v'layla v'yavadcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. We are on page 29 with Listen. If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen, listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen, listen to our God. Listen with all
all the chatter that gets in the way, and listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you will hear if you listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. If it is your custom to stand for the Shema, please do so now. We're going to sing it nice and big and strong. Ready? Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechoto Leolam Va'ed. Listen to our God. Listen to our God. We're on page 31 for V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'chayu havarim ha'ele asher anochi v'tzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'divarta bam v'shiftecha uveitecha uvleftecha v'derech uvshokbecha uvkumecha uvtarchan leod al yadecha lichayu v'totafot beinenecha uvshavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tiskaru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kirashim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzei v'yatchem me'eret Mitzrayim lichot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Thank you, Lori.
Okay. So this past week, I was lucky enough to go to a cantorial conference for 4 days, and I spent it with Cantor Natalie. It was an unbelievable time, full of music makers from temples all over the world. And one of the big themes that came out was freedom. And it's especially pertinent right now, as also we move into Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, excuse me. So we're going to sing some Micha Mocha. This is the song that our people sang on the edge of the Red Sea right before it parted, out of the bondage of slavery and toward freedom. So in the next song, it is a call and response song, and we've done it a few times, but we're going to really teach it tonight so you can sing it back to me. Super duper easy. I'm going to say it sing it first, you're going to sing it back to me, and then we're going to go for the rest of the song, okay? All right. So the first one. Hold on. And the river is wide, and the river is wide, and the river is deep, and the river is deep. Good. And the river is standing, la 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 la. Okay, good. And the next one is fear and hate. And the river is fear, and the river is hate. Ready? And the river is fear, and the river is fear, and the river is hate. Good. Easy. And the third one, we're doing, and the river divides, and the river forgives. And the river divides, and the river forgives. Done. That's it. All right. I'm going to start with a line from Natalie Young's a cappella Micha Mocha, and then we're going to go into that other one, which, by the way, is by Michael Oakes, and it is called His Freedom, Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, Ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot Osefele, Nora Tehilot Osefele. Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar bakodesh, no ra tehilot, no ra tehilot, o seifele. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar bakodesh, no ra tehilot, no ra tehilot, o seifele. Wide and deep. And the river is wide, and the river is deep, and the river is standing between you and me, and freedom, freedom, and we shall overcome one day. Micha Mocha. Ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar bakodesh, no ra tehilot, no ra tehilot, o seifele. Fear, and the river is fear. Good. And the river is hate. And the river is standing between you and the gates of freedom. Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar bakodesh, no ra tehilot, no ra tehilot, o seifele. Divides, and the river divides, and the river forgives, and the river's a wall, and the river's a bridge to freedom. Micha Mocha, ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha, nedar bakodesh, no ra tehilot, no ra tehilot, o seifele.
Well done.
That was nice. Very good.
Almost the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Impressive. So, you know, very often after a crescendo, there is a diminuendo. And that means it starts to go back down a little. And one of those prayers that is particularly beautiful in the going back down from the peak of the crescendo is the Hashkivenu. Because the Hashkivenu is really a prayer, its feel is of just abandoning yourself into the arms, into the embrace of God. What it says is, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, please God, let us lie down in peace. And that more than anything else conjures up a picture of, okay, I'm lying down now like your child. I want you to watch over me, to protect me. I surrender. I surrender. And to make sure that it is in fact a surrender scenario, the phrase in the middle of the prayer that is used is Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, spread over us, a tabernacle of peace. If that's not blanket language, I don't know what is. And so this is a picture of us surrendering just to the protection of God, who will spread over us God's love, as we just sang in Ahavat Olam, the freedom that God awarded us when we got through the Red Sea, and peace that we so desperately still yearn for. So that is what the Hashkivenu is. And one of the ways that we always can know that God's protection is with us is the prayer that follows, which is the Vishamru. Believe it or not, the Vishamru is actually a piece of Torah taken as is from the Torah and put into the prayer book. It is not a composed poem or anything. It's literally just a paragraph of Torah. And what it is the contract. It is almost legal in its language, the contract signed between God and the people, in which God said, hey, you observe my Shabbat, and you got me protecting you forever. And every Friday, we re-sign that contract of love. And that's the Vashamru.
Hashkivenu is on page 39. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomereinu L'chaim. Sing it with me. Come on, you know it. Hashkivenu Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomereinu L'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomereinu one last time with me. Beautiful.
Are we rising for the Vishamru?
Yes. We're on Vishamru, page 41. Please rise. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Come on. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim va'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat la'asot et hashabat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim va'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit. One more time. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Please stay standing as we move into the Amidah. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Yes, we will know that you are one.
Continue silently, and when you're done, you may sit down.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Atahu Melech Hadom Lechol Hashalom. Ki Atahu Melech Hadom Lechol Hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Bechol veinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. You sound so pretty. Tasim Leolam. One last time. Tasim Leolam.
Having been born in Israel, I fell in love with my mother tongue, Hebrew, very, very early on. It's a beautiful language, complicated, I admit, but it has lots of layers of inspiration. And I got my inspiration for the few words I'll share with you today from literally just the Hebrew name of today's Parsha. It is called Va'era, which really means, if you look at it in the context of the Parsha this week, it means I appeared, in which God, in an effort to reassure the suffering people who in this part of the story are still in Egypt, right? We're in the Torah, we're still in Egypt, right? To assure them that they're suffering, they're enslaved, that God will be there for them, for their offspring, reminding them of the promise made to the patriarchs. Very positive. But I couldn't help but notice that the very same word, those very same 4 letters, in a different context, in a different story, have another meaning. And the meaning is, I was afraid. Not even close. But yes, there it is. And so I decided for just a few minutes to talk to you about fear. It's something we all recognize, something we all feel often, sometimes even live with, particularly if we happen to be in a region in which a war is raging. And one of the byproducts of fear, as described in our portion this week, is described by how the Israelites reacted to hearing these tremendous words of encouragement, super positive. They were barely able to be receptive. And that's because their spirits were crushed. The light of their souls were dangerously dimmed. due to the multiple generations of overwhelming fear and pain, fear of death, fear of suffering, fear of the unknown, which they always perceive to be bleak. What a sad, sad state of affairs when one is unable or unwilling, but mostly unable, to be convinced that goodness can happen, that it may, in fact, be around the corner. Our rabbis have talked in many, many different ways and said many things about fear and how to handle it. One of the best known is Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav, whose quote has been set to music and we've all sang it. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar me'od v'ha'ikar lo lefached klal. The whole world is just a narrow bridge, and the most important thing is not to be afraid. So I decided to delve a little bit deeper into that quote, and I really found, interestingly, that the original that Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav said was just a tad different and even a little richer. He said, before it was set to music where they kind of dropped a couple of the words, the whole world is just a narrow bridge, but the most important thing is not to cause yourself to be afraid. In other words, don't allow yourself to be saddled by unnecessary or unwanted fear. And that more than anything else jumped at me, because what it says, here's the subtext. What it says, courage is choosing not to frighten ourselves to the point of a crushed soul or a withered spirit. It's a choice. Fear at certain times is inevitable, I know. Been there, done that, just like everyone else. Absolutely. But courage is always choosing to move forward despite the fear. I always have referred to it because I'm often asked about, aren't you nervous about that or afraid about that? And I say, yes, I'm no special, but I just ram my way through it. And I think that's what they mean. Ram your way through it and come out the other side. For me, that's been like a mantra of life and living. I heard a story about Rabbi Naomi Levy, a wonderful rabbi in LA. Apparently, she has a daughter with some physical disabilities. I'm not sure, a story I heard long ago, not sure what exact physical disability they were. But apparently, as she tells the story, her daughter insisted on having a rock climbing birthday party. And so Mom, Rabbi Levy, was very apprehensive about it, but agreed with great, great, great reluctance. At the party, she noticed her daughter climbing. Her daughter was climbing. But she also noticed another child, a boy, with no disabilities, looking strong and healthy, standing frozen by fear and unmoving. Rabbi Levy said that at that moment she learned a very important lesson. And to quote her, if you want to rise up, don't fear the bumps. In other words, don't let fear of the bumps stop you from the will to rise. Turn every stone into a step. in a way, what that's saying is, stand there and say to yourself, do I stare at the wall or do I climb? In short, one could create a monster there for oneself. Don't do it, says she. Accept the challenge with determination. Don't allow the what-ifs or the mights overwhelm and overcome us, because, like it did to the Israelites, it diminishes the radiance of our soul. Because soul is the part of us that is the light, the radiance, the divine part. You know, some of you may even think, I don't know, soul sounds woo, who knows what that is. It's whatever it is that you can't touch. We all got it. Somebody decided to call it soul. You know, but the part of us that you can't touch and you don't see is our thoughts, our feelings, that's the stuff. Somebody just calls it that dims, loses the light, loses the radiance, as did the Israelites, who weren't able at that moment in this parsha. Luckily, it gets better later. They were unable to allow their diminished, darkened souls to rejoice in God's promise. So as we find ourselves today in a world desperately yearning for peace, with swords being hurled about on scales both large and small, both near and far, we must remind ourselves never to become hostage to fear. We're taught this by rabbis today. By the way, even here in the United States, we've already had several synagogues over the years, as you know, attacked. And those rabbis continue. They haven't closed up shop. They're on there. They're ramming through. They're shining their lights onto their congregations, just as the rabbis of old have done when they tackled fear so long ago. So they say, both the old and the now, live with grace, live with courage. Don't allow your soul to dim and diminish. Keep that light burning. That's what we need to do regardless of what's going on. To quote the memorable words of Peter, Paul, and Mary, don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. And with a very small paraphrase to that last line, I say, let it shine through our love and our fears. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And now comes the time when we think about those among us who need encouragement and healing because they are either actually ill in a physical way, or even if their souls are a little bit grayed, not so bright. And so what I'm going to do is, if you think about somebody whom you wish to dedicate the Mishaberach, which we're about to sing, say the name as I point to your part of the room, say it out loud, then we'll all say the names we want to say. Go for it. Anybody? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I add to it once again, as I said in the beginning, our dear Rabbi, Rabbi Jason Rosner and his wife, Noemi. May they heal quickly, totally and perfectly. Mi sheberach.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor habracha li'avoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha li'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay. We're going to move into a mashup song that we do from Matisyahu, singing One Day, and then we're going to go straight into Aleinu after that. And Aleinu is on 64. Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing, then I pray don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will say, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Aleinu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu, bayom hahu yehieh Adonai echad u'shemo u'shemo u'shemo. One day, sing it with me. One day, let's say your fingers up. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
Are we now going to do Aleinu?
We are done with Aleinu.
Okay, let's do it.
No, we're done with it.
But we should have been standing.
Oh, we should have been standing. My fault. What do we do now?
Now we ask God humbly for forgiveness that we didn't stand, and Avinu Malkeinu, there it is, you know? Yeah. So, see, I didn't know, so I hope, yeah.
I think
We may have to fast for 40 days and 40 nights. Not clear on that.
that'll be on me, though, because I was
Or-
leading it.
Or give a very, very large donation to your synagogue. One of the two. All right. So here's what we're going to do now. We are going to remember those who have passed on in our congregation, family members, and so on. And here they are. We mourn the recent loss of Victoria Levine, beloved mother of our member Joel Levine. We continue to remember our members' parents who died this past year, Martin Cole. This week, we observe the following yahrzeit. These names reflect the current week from last Sunday to this Shabbat. If your custom is to observe the week going forward, please say the name of your loved one as we go around the room, and it's not on the list. So if there's somebody who you want to be sure is being mentioned, this is your moment. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, here's what we have here. Mary Alson, Clifford Altschuler, Eva Beitstock, Danielle Bennell, Elaine Bergeron, Dr. Dayton Burke, Alan Chalfin, June Cheo, Harry Davis, Sophia hang on a second. Desiantnikov, Vernon Emmerman, Ruth Erschler, Leo B. Fox, Shirley Goldman, Randy Golkin, Henrietta Granite, Walter Grossfeld, Liana Hoffman, Chaim Horwitz, Sherborne Sherby Horwitz, Evelyn King, Rebecca Drazen-Lesser, Mr. Ben Locke, Albert Nahan, Alice Needle, Bonnie Newman, Jacob Rosenbaum, Alex Rosenberg, Ernest Rosengarten, Rose Rubel, Frederick Rubel, Ethel Rubin, Henry Schenkman, Louis Seligson, Sarah Semmel, Karen Stein, Claire Stein, Steve Weiss, David Calvin White, Saul Zuckerman. If I've accidentally messed up any name, please forgive me. That was unintentional. I'm very sorry. As we say the mourner's Kaddish, if it is your custom to stand, please do. If it is not your custom, you may remain standing. May remain seated. I usually share the reason why I always stand, even if I don't have a yahrzeit that time. And that's my thing, but I always do share it. And that is because I feel that there always have got to be, among the 6 million Holocaust dead, people who died for whom no one was able to ever say Kaddish or stand. And who knows when they perished, other than they were butchered along with the others. And so I personally always stand because of that figure. This may reach someone and honor someone who didn't have anyone to honor them. Just my sharing. On 73, please join me, let's say it together. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר, ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל. שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. All right, you may be seated. And now I would like to call upon our board member, Sherry Saladow, to read the announcements. Because we do have announcements. Yeah.
Yeah, we need help. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Anyone who knows me, this is my biggest fear. So thanks, Shula, for the appropriate.
Ram your way through it, girl.
So I want to thank Cantor Shula, cantorial soloist Kim Gubner, and our pianist Carol Roman for a magnificent Shabbat service. Thank you, ladies. Mazel tov to Spencer and the entire Oransky family on being called to the Torah tomorrow at 9:15. All are welcome to attend. We also have Torah study tomorrow at 9 o'clock on Zoom. All the details that I'm going to say tonight can be found on our website, but we are closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So just so you know, if you show up, there's not going to be anybody here. On the 27th of January is our annual KISS service. This is a woman-led service, and our speaker will be Dr. Johanna Noon. All are welcome and encouraged to attend, and we are looking for men to help with the luncheon. They don't have to cook the lunch, but we do need help with the luncheon. Comedy night is January 20th. For those who have not come to comedy night, it is so much fun, and there is a lot of laughter that goes on. All the information is on the website, and tickets are still available. And the following day, on the 21st, is our annual mitzvah day. So we are encouraging you to bring toiletries prior to mitzvah day to temple, but we've made it really, really easy for you. You can go on the website and you can go to an Amazon link, click the link, click the everything that we need, and it's all taken care of. All you need is that magic credit card, as my daughter used to call it. And if you have an Amazon card, you even get points. And we also are having a blood drive that day. So please sign up on the website for the blood drive. It is very important that we get a turnout of congregants who can give blood. I don't know, this morning on the news, there is a blood shortage in the state of California, especially in Los Angeles and Orange County, so please give. I think that's it. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Well done.
And
The
so,
chalot.
yes, and so we have three things that we're going to maybe ask for some support on tonight. Two, we have 2 challahs that need to be delivered to households that could not be here tonight. And we do that every week, so that's normal. What isn't normal that we don't normally do is we have right now a bunch of the hinenu meals that our congregants made. And if you don't know what hinenu is, in Hebrew it means here I am. And our hinenu committee is there to help families when they have a new baby, a death in the family, they need a phone call, they need a visit. Hinenu is there. So we also, every 6 months or so, put together some meals so that when families need them, we can take them, and they're in our freezer. So tonight, I have 4 families that need those meals, and they are all in the general vicinity. One is Laguna Hills, one is Elisa, which is right around here, and one is in Rancho Santa Margarita. So you don't need to tell me right now, but I'm going to be in the other room for the oneg, and I'm going to, if you want to do this, I'm going to give you this handy-dandy TBESOC bag, and I'm going to meet you in the freezer, and I'm going to give you those meals and the address where they go, and you're going to call that person and tell them you've got a lovely set of meals for them. You're going to make their day. So I hope that you'll come up to me after the motzi in there and, the oneg in there.
So right now, what we need to do, if you don't mind, since you're young and very much sprier than moi, see if you can find people to take the chalot to you.
So this one goes to Laguna Hills. All right. And this one goes to Laguna Beach. Anybody going to the beach this weekend?
I'll do that with you.
All right, thank you.
It doesn't have to be tonight.
No, it doesn't have to be tonight. You just have to call the person and let them know you'll be there, maybe tomorrow, hopefully, so the call will be fresh. Okay.
Gives you mitzvah points to do that. You have to beat your chest one less time on Rosh Hashanah.
Okay, I think we're ready to.
I think what we're going to do is sing a closing song and then invite everyone to go in there, because in that room we'll hear the kiddush and the hamotzi done by guess who? By Spencer. Lucky guy. All right. So we'll close with
Oseh
Oseh Shalom, and then everyone go there and honor us with Spencer's kiddush.
All right, please stand. This is Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom bin Ramav, Aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, 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 Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Meet you
We'll meet
in
you
the
in
social
the social
hall
hall.
right next door.
All right. I'll take this for him. Hello.
Did you catch up with Michael McCluskey when you were at your...
I didn't.
Good. We saw him last Saturday.
Oh, you did. Where is he?
Temple Emmett and Chestnut Hill.
Oh, wow. How exciting. Walk with me. We're going to go in here to sing a little bit. Oh, wow. Very nice. And do you enjoy his music? That's all you need, right? You got to have someone take you from here to here musically.
And then what we're missing is having a buzz machine. He'll be there with a couple of other pieces. Here's something.
Wow. It's so important. It really is. The music is, because it's not something that people generally want to do themselves, but if someone's leading it, they'll kind of join in, and it makes the whole experience will go by faster, number one. I'm going to make sure we have a mic in there. Run. Tony, I'm going to take this into the social hall.
How are you?
I'm on 2. 2. Okay. Where's Spencer? Okay, we're going to be in here. All right. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's hot. Okay. Come on, gather in. I'm going to try and quiet down now. Where's Spencer? We're going to have a quick Kiddush and Motzi. Do I have someone who would like to hand out wine? Come on, youngins, come this way. Do I have somebody who will help? No? Then everybody come help yourself to some wine and challah. Spencer, do you need your grandpa? Come on in, everybody. Oh, they didn't tell you? Or, yeah? All right. I'll sing it. All right, everybody. We're passing around the challah. Come on in. Come on, filter in, everybody. Then we can eat. All right, we're going to bless the challah with Spencer. Come on in, come on in. Take some wine, take some bread. Shh. Here we go. All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsha b'ratzon chinchilanu zikaron l'ma'aseh v'reishi ki hu yom tichila Lemikra Kodesh Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim Kivenu V'charta V'tanu Kidashta Mikol Hamim V'shabbat Kadsha B'ahava Uvratzon Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat.
All right. And we're going to take some bread and we will do the motzi. Ready? Oh, nobody passed around the bread? Where's the challah? The challah's right here. Where's the big challah? Oh, the little baby challahs aren't here. Okay. Don't think so. All right. You all will get your challah when you come up here. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
B'te'avon. Please help yourselves. Yeah. I hope tomorrow goes well for you.
Yeah, me too.
Excuse me. Marcy. Marcy.
Take them.
Yeah. I'm going to go this way, but I want to get this one. I'm not going to stay long, but
This year I'm going to take every time I go anywhere.
especially now that the cost of living, right?
I have more, but I've lost half of what I wanted to lose, and
You should be.
but this weather just it hurts me. But it sounded great. I have to admit, I was very envious / jealous when I realized that you guys had spent some of the time in the desert.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, it's.
I visited once, one with Tyler and one with my dad, to calm him down. I was panicking and I was.
I understand it.
Thank you.
You guys brought such joy. How are you? This is Kaylee. Shabbat shalom. You do the two. That's the best cookie, by the way. I snagged it.
So good. Every time I